What's up, my reading friend? Welcome to my first reading vlog concerning what I'm reading now, what I plan to read in the near future here. I'm gonna get right into this with Stormfront by Jim Butcher. I've been wanting to read the Dresden Files since it came out, and I bought it yesterday. I'm not even gonna read the blurb. I'm just gonna dive right into the book this weekend. And I'm really happy that I finally am committing to this. And I also recently finished Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. And I'm working my way through 4 Past Midnight, which is a collection of 4 novellas by Stephen King. I'm on my quest to read every Stephen King book, and I'm really looking forward to reading them all and going through them here on my channel, so keep your eye out for that for sure. I'm also looking forward to some more Dan Brown. I read his The Da Vinci Code and Origin, and I'm going to give Inferno a shot. A lot of readers here on my channel in the comments have suggested that I pick up Inferno. Well, I've got a hardback of it now. Thinking of the comments, please drop me a line in the comments on any book recommendation that you can think of, and I will definitely take note. Let's get into some series that I need to finish for real here, my friends. I started the Game of Thrones series, A Song of Fire and Ice, a couple of years ago or 3, and it's really time for me to go forward with A Clash of Kings. I have like almost all of them, I think, plus I have this thing. Check this out, my friend. I have this big old thing to go through. So I own them all. It's time to really get into reading them, and I'm definitely going to commit. I want to read some more Arthurian novels as well here. I have these 2 and some more back on my shelf. This is The Crystal Cave by Mary Stewart, and it's a YA, I guess, series on the Arthurian tale. And The Once and Future King. I have some other ones back there too. I read Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court earlier this year, and I also read The Mists of Avalon some time ago, and I'm now committed to this Arthurian thing, so I'm definitely into that. And I also want to get into some more classics here, my friends. Not only am I looking forward to some more fantasy and sci-fi on the big time, I want to do some classics, and I think A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens will be a great place to start with that. I did read The Time Machine and A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court this year already, but I really want to go hard on some classics, so I'm looking forward to some Charles Dickens. I also want to read the Wheel of Time series. I've wanted to do that for a long time, and I also have to complete the Malazan Book of the Fallen series. So I'm in the middle of a lot of those epic fantasy kinds of reads and series, and I really need to get through them all, and I'm definitely going to commit. Also, I want to get into the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I read the first one, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and I own the next 3. I know it's originally a trilogy by Stieg Larsson, and I'm going to commit to at least those 3 books. Also, I'm in the midst of the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. It's time for The Queen of the Damned, which is book 3. I really like this. It has an epic fantasy, but it's really horror and kind of different feel to it. I know that I'm going to like The Queen of the Damned, and I want to really know what that mother vampire is all about, so psyched about that. When it comes to science fiction, I'm really looking forward to Red Rising, and I'm also looking forward to Ready Player One. I know a lot of people loved the Ready Player One. I have no idea what it's about, but I'm going to read it. And I also want to get into the Peter F. Hamilton Pandora series, which is an epic science fiction space opera kind of series of books. I just have a feeling that I'm really going to like it from what I've heard. And I also want to read some more Alastair Reynolds here on my channel. I read his Revelation Space earlier this year, and I'm going to dig deep on some sci-fi here in the very near future. I'm also looking forward to getting into Dune. It's another first in an epic fantasy series, and it's got a lot of acclaim, and I know I should have read it by now. I must have thought about it a million times. Well, I'm finally going to commit to it. And another book that I want to mention here was one that I read years ago, The Bourne Identity by Robert Ludlum. I loved that book. It was so suspenseful for me. I want to do a reread on it now because it's been some years, and I plan to go through the whole trilogy as soon as I can. I really want to get to the Bourne Identity like soon. I think I'll leave it at that for my first reading vlog. I have more ideas, my friend. I'm really looking forward to reading a lot of different things and expanding my horizons as a reader. Definitely looking forward to some fantasy and sci-fi and some horror and some classics and some new authors and some different genres. I just want to try some stuff. So I want to thank you all for the support that you showed me. I ask you to like and subscribe if you love reading as much as I do. And you can join me on social media. I'm Reading Funk on Facebook, Instagram, and Goodreads. And I'm at Reading Funk on Twitter. Thank you again, and I will see you next time, my friend.